Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today from the Fitchburg Sustainability. He's the guy. He is the guy. It's my friend Phil Grupe. Phil, welcome back to the show. Sustainability Specialists and more. That's, I think, should be your title. But you do a lot of great things here for the city of Fitchburg. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Jeremy? Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday indeed. And I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Today, we have invited you onto the show. Well, we got some news to break. First off, you are going to become a monthly guest on Talking Fitchburg. We are so excited for this, Phil. You're going to be sharing some great stuff with sustainability, anything and everything we can talk about to help folks get familiar with it, make changes in your daily life, whatever the case, Phil. I'm so excited for that. We really, really, really appreciate you on that.
Yeah, I'm
And
glad you let
more
me twist your
so,
arm.
yeah, well, I think it was me twisting yours, but anyways, BCycle is one of those things that in sustainability world that is very exciting here, and it's coming to Fitchburg. So, Phil, tell us, how did we get to having BCycle here in Fitchburg?
So Madison has had the BCycle bike share system for several years now. It's been a huge success. They've seen a lot of participation with this. It's a great way to get people out on trails, get people using bikes instead of driving, and getting some sort of multimodal transit opportunities added into their system. Over the last few years, we've had a number of bike groups in Fitchburg and some businesses that have reached out to us and reached out to BCycle expressing interest in bringing the program down here. And the thing that really kind of pushed it over the edge and made it really viable for Fitchburg was as BCycle transitioned from manual pedal bikes into electric assist bikes. And now the whole BCycle network is being transitioned to e-bikes. And in a place like Fitchburg, where sites are going to be a little bit more spread out because it's suburban, getting that electric assist to help with those distances and with hills just really makes this a great viable option for Fitchburg.
Yeah, and it's so exciting. BCycle, you said it's been around for quite a while, and making the transition into electric bikes is really giving us the opportunity to explore the wonderfulness of all the great biking that we have available here in Fitchburg. I say biking, you have a lot of great bike paths and places to go out and see and do your daily routines.
Yeah. Fitchburg is one of a number of bike-friendly communities in the state of Wisconsin. Our neighbor Madison is platinum. Fitchburg is currently silver. We've just applied for renewal. We're really hoping that we'll be moved up to the gold level, which would make us the second gold bike-friendly community in Wisconsin if we're successful there. But we do have a confluence of multiple county and state and regional trails at the bike roundabout. The background here behind me is a bike bridge that is one of those trails, the Badger State Trail. This bridge was just erected over McKee Road a couple years ago. So yeah, it's a really bikeable city. We really take pride in that. The Fitchburg Chamber promotes that heavily. They just started their Bike the Berg campaign last year. We've got a couple of single track mountain bike trails, just a ton of great bicycling opportunities. And this is another way to really celebrate cycling and give people an opportunity to really experience that in Fitchburg.
Yeah, it's quite the thing to have here, and I'm glad, as you mentioned, being suburban. There's some hills in Fitchburg that I would be happy to go down, but not go back up pedaling. So, like that electric component to it. For people who are not familiar with BCycle and how it works, what will folks have to do to check out, so to speak, one of these bikes and take it for a spin?
Yeah, so with BCycle as a bike sharing program, what you can do is you either pay for a single ride or you can get a membership, a monthly or an annual membership. And you would use your mobile phone, your smartphone as your pass at a kiosk, or you can get physical passes. Like we're going to have a number of several physical passes that the library can check out, like books. This is something that's been piloted in Madison at their library system, has been really popular, really successful. So passes can be checked out from the library to be used for a period of time before they're returned, just like a book would be. And you would simply find a station that has available bikes. You swipe your pass, you check out the bike, and you just go out and ride. And then you have to, you return it back to that dock or any other dock in the system, whether Fitchburg's or Madison's. Monona also has a couple of stations. McFarland has one. So this really creates a lot of connectivity between these cities along our bicycle network.
Yeah, and we know that BCycle will continue to expand its operations in the greater Dane County area. So I think it's branching out further and further and further. So you'll be able to take these bikes pretty far and not dump them, drop them off at the other charging station. So it's up and ready for the next user, which is so important.
And so they will, yeah, they will be time limited. And so that's one of the important things about having this network with stations in close proximity to each other. If you're doing a single use ride, you're paying, I believe it's $5 for a 30-minute ride, and then you return it to the dock. If you have a monthly or an annual membership, uh, definitely check out the BCycle website for this. I believe the prices are $25 for a month and $150 for a year. But then that gives you unlimited 90-minute rides over that period of time. If you have the bike out beyond 90 minutes, you start getting charged incrementally for that for every extra 30 minutes. And so you do want to return those in a timely fashion. But if you've got a number of stations in relatively close proximity, pick up a bike, drop it off at a station. If you want to keep riding, pick up another bike, drop it off at a station. So here's one of the benefits of a monthly or annual membership is, when they say unlimited rides, it's really unlimited. Use them to your heart's content as long as bikes are available and the stations are convenient for you.
And since you've talked about the stations, I think it's important to share with folks where they can find stations in Fitchburg. So the weather today. We just had some snow, so it's sort of hard to say when all these are going to be coming in. But you've got kind of the list here of where we'll see development of these charging stations.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're doing this in a phased approach. We started with a relatively limited pilot program that we had six or seven stations that we were looking at, funded by some business sponsors and Fitchburg's CEDA, Community Economic Development Authority. The initial list of stations, right now there are three that are currently active. One is at Terravessa, one is at the Limerick Apartments on Lacey Road, one is at the Agora over by the Fitchburg Chamber. We've got a few more sites that are coming in as part of phase one. One will be at Oak Bank on McKee Road, one will be at McKee Farms Park, and the final one will be at the Wyndham Hotel at Hatchery Hill, right by the Capital City Trail and that bike bridge over Fish Hatchery Road. So that's all going to be part of phase one. We're looking to see if we can get one more station in there. We've got a few extra docks to place. But then the really exciting part about this is that we received a pretty sizable grant from the Department of Transportation for their Transportation Alternatives Program. That grant is going to allow us to expand to another, we're expecting right now around 15 more stations around Fitchburg. We're still in the process of determining what those locations are going to be, but we're for sure looking at the civic campus to be able to get people to use BCycle to get to City Hall, the senior center, the library, some other city sites. We'd like to include some more city parks around Fitchburg, as well as other businesses and some community organizations that we kind of want to evaluate different sites for making the network cohesive and creating access to a lot of different parts of Fitchburg. But that's going to be occurring kind of on a rolling basis over the coming this year and into next year and possibly beyond.
All right, Phil. Well, if people want to stay up to date on what's going on with the project or other biking initiatives and so on, how can they stay up to date on all of this?
So you can go to the City of Fitchburg's bicycling website to look for updates there. You can check out the Fitchburg Chamber website. They keep updates on BCycle. You can also check out the BCycle station map at madison.bcycle.com. And that'll show you a list of all the stations in Madison, Monona, McFarland, Fitchburg, and the whole network. You'll see what stations are active, as well as that'll tell you how many docks are at each location and how many bikes are currently there if you're looking to plan a trip out. There's an app for it, but also you can check out that website and see what stations are currently active.
All right, Phil. Well, I'm looking forward to checking one of these out and going out for a fun ride, and hopefully we'll see you out on the trail.
Yeah, let me know when you want to go do a BCycle ride together.
Fantastic. Phil, thank you so much, and looking forward to working with you in the upcoming months.
Yeah, thanks, Jeremy.